There's a little bit of a hidden tool on the layout options. So if you go down here to the texture map size, as you can see, I'm using a 4K map. I want to use a little bit of padding. Padding is the distance between the UV islands and another UV island, or the UV islands and the border of your UV square. And padding is very important for something called MIP mapping. MIP mapping is a specific process where you might have a very big texture and you don't need the big texture if the object is really far away. So the render engines will create different versions of your texture and they will load in the texture that better matches the specific size on the screen that you have. However, if there's no distance between your UV islands, when the engine creates the different MIP map levels, what might happen is you might gonna have a little bit of bleeding because some of the color pixels are gonna bleed onto the island that's really close to. In order to avoid that, I always like to use 8 pixels on the shell padding and on the tile padding. What that will do is it will have a little bit of distance, and if I have a MIP map that reduces my texture from 4K to 2K, instead of having 8 pixels of distance between island and island, I'm gonna have 4, which will prevent the bleeding of the texture from one of the elements to the other.